Hello there, right, I think it's time we had a bit of a natter. And what I just want to tell you about is a little project that I do as a hobby. Keeps me off the streets, etc, etc. And it's something called EmTeeLids. And I basically have a Twitter page and an Instagram page whereby I post the pictures of these little lids that I made. Now, thought I'd just tell you how it all came about, really. And basically, originally, I started off Vegging Pebbles, which, you know, it's a big thing. A lot of people paint these pebbles and they leave them lying around for people to find and keep. And living in Blackpool, I started something called BPLRKS, Blackpool Rocks, pretty clever thing there. And I'd just paint these pebbles and I'd leave them lying around, putting different pictures on, etc. Just dropped my phone, hey ho. So there, I go to a festival every year, well I used to until COVID struck in, but hopefully I'll be back there again next year. Fairport Convention do this festival, and I started painting these pebbles and leaving them around at the festival for people to find and take home. Just a bit of fun, really. That's what it's all about. To me, that's what art's all about. It's a bit of fun. So started doing that, but I got the idea that pebbles, really, you shouldn't really take them off the beach, but I did. So I thought I need to do something a little bit different, and I was trying to work out what it was I could do that had the same idea. I could leave something lying around for people to find, but I wasn't sure what it was. Now, I've been really inspired by a graffiti artist, and this chap's name is My Dog Size, and he lives down here at Southsea, down the south coast of England, and he was a teacher. And basically, he produces quite a few different things, but he started off by producing these little images here. Let's click on that, see it a bit bigger. There we go. These little things here, and these were basically cans that he crushed, and then he would paint faces on them, and then he would leave these cans lying around for people to find. There's a few more there. So he left them lying around in the streets for people to find, and if they found them, they could keep them. And by doing this, he started a craze called Free Art Friday. So every Friday, he'd go out and he'd put them lying around for people to find. And this really took off. This took off all around the world, to be quite honest. And I've never found one of these. I wish I would, but he now sells them on his website. Can't afford them at all. But you know, fabulous if you do manage to get your hands on one, because I think these are fantastic. You know, it's something a bit different, and I wanted to not copy. You know, not into plagiarise or anything like that, but I wanted to come up with my own version of what he does. He also, by the way, does murals. Look at that for a painting. Absolutely awesome. That's on a pub wall near me, Cartford Arms. Absolutely fantastic, the detail that he puts into that picture. And he also does, he's created a character called the Everyman character, the Hood. And this is actually, I'm dead chuffed with this. It's an original painting by him, where he would paint. Can you see that he's painting onto an old page of a book? Used his fingers just to paint the colours on in the background, and then he worked on top with the Everyman figure. And he always has a little phrase on. And he did this because he used to come to Blackpool to do the sand, sea and spray graffiti weekend, and he'd paint a massive mural on walls, stuff like that. And he actually set a competition once when he came down, where he pasted some of his pictures all around town, and you had to go round and take photographs of 10 of them, And if you got 10 of them, you then had to go and find him. And the first, I think it was the first 5 people, yes, it's in addition 1 of 5, first 5 people to go and see him and show him the pictures, he gave one of his paintings. Absolutely awesome. And I actually got the chance to meet him, have a chat with him, and got one of his pictures. My buddy also got another picture as well. So we did quite well that day. And we didn't get it using the same 10 photos either. We took 10 photos each of different ones. So fabulous, fabulous artist. Love his work. And like I say, I didn't want to copy his style, whereby we had the cans, you know, because there's nothing new about that. So I really had to rack my brains thinking what I could do to do something similar, but also get hold of an object which is disposable, I suppose, really. And that's where I came up with the jam jar lids. So with these now, I now call them EmTeeLids. Bit of a play on words. MT, Mark Taylor, okay, and I call them EmTeeLids with hidden surprises. So there's always a little painting that I put inside there. What do I say painting? I'll tell you more about how I actually do them in a few minutes' time. I also wanted to come up with a logo, like a signature. So that is my logo that I use, paw print in a little splash of water. Okay, and again, in a later video, I'll show you how I produce that. Why did I choose the paw print and a splash of water? Well, this paw print is a very special paw print to me. And quite simply, it was my best buddy's portrait. Paw print. Okay, used to have a little dog called Angus, who unfortunately passed away last year. 15 years old, made a great age, but I wanted Angus to be with me forever, I suppose. So what I actually did, when he passed away, the vet said, would you like a paw print? And she took his paw print there and then, when he passed away, and I had that, excuse me, I had it turned into a tattoo. So you can see there, on my leg, I've now got Angus's foot on my leg. Okay, and when I was thinking of, you know, what sort of image could I have, it suddenly struck me, I could do that. Okay, so, you know, this is a very special little image for me, and it's perfect for my signature. So this is what I do, and quite simply, if I go places, I'll paint a picture of the place on, and then I'll just leave them lying around for people to find. So sometimes I post on Instagram and Twitter saying where they're going to be, and it's just up to people to find them. Quite nicely, some people actually then put a post on to my page saying, found yours, and they say what they think of it, you know, which is quite nice really, because what I always do, if you notice on the edge there, I put the page that they need to look up to find it, and find me, I'm yours, sign it and date it, and free art. So I always draw that around the side. Okay, and you know, I've done quite a few now. I'm going to see Grayson Perry at the Opera House in Blackpool next week. I'm going to drop some of these lying around. Halloween's coming up, we'll drop some of these. So that is basically it. So I just leave it for people to find, and hopefully it brings a bit of happiness to them, makes people smile, and it's just something a little bit different. So that is my EmTeeLids, and that is why I do them, and I have great fun doing them. I did say I'd tell you later how I did them. I painted the pedals used to paint the pebbles, but I found these now, Posca pens, fantastic, and these are brilliant for drawing the designs on. And if you watch any of the videos, you'll see how I do it with the Posca pens, building up the layers, etc. So there you go. Don't need to tell you anymore, really, do I? That's it. But really, it's art. To me, it's all about having fun and finding things to do. and just enjoy myself. And hopefully people get enjoyment when they find these, and they can just take them home and do whatever they want with them. Okie dokie. Thanks for listening. Bye for now.